Hello, my name is Eddie Tofpik. I'm Head of Technical Analysis and Senior Markets Analyst at ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here's your daily technical analysis of foreign exchange markets. I'll start with the euro against the dollar. An interesting piece of action yesterday. A long-legged indecisive doji cross that was also an outside day. This coming after the earlier 4 bearish black crows. The market is still nevertheless following down within the late June to mid-August bearish shift pitchfork, once again touching and then finishing a little above the middle time, currently at 96.62. This pitchfork is an offshoot from the earlier big old January to May 2021 bearish Andrews pitchfork. And this old venerable pitchfork had shown the way lower for so long. Looking below, we now have the October 2002 low at 96.85 being tested. And below that, the August 2002 low at 96.20. These are within a widespread and somewhat diaphanous zone between 97.22 and 96.20, with a smaller zone below that between 95.23 and 95.40. Meanwhile, overhead, we have the upper time currently at 99.60, closely allied with the declining short-medium moving average currently at 99.83. There is the possibility that the action since mid-September may be a possible double bottom in the making, but it is early as yet, and I wouldn't hold my breath over it. So far today, nothing much so far. Looking like an indecisive spinning top in between the October 2002 low and the next resistance level above at 97.22. Cable, aka sterling against the US dollar. A 5th bearish black crow yesterday, but more importantly, it was a key reversal down as well. It also continues to be a follow-on lower to last week's bearish double and outside day that had also constructed a pipe top. Above, we have the middle time currently at 111.79 of the broken June to August bearish Andrews pitchfork. It seems the pitchfork is still resonating in the market despite having been broken last week. I've drawn a new, much more acute mid-September to early October bearish Andrews pitchfork. At the moment, this is still purely speculative, and I'm quite prepared to amend it. I'm quite pleased with it, but I'm quite prepared to amend it to a shallower bearish shift pitch or even discard it completely. There is just the beginnings of an indication this one may be working, especially the upper time currently at 111.67. Overall, we seemingly have little clear support until the 108.83 and 108 even areas. Now, so far today, a further initial dip lower, but the market has pulled back up, moving towards the upper time of the recent bearish Andrews pitchfork. Euro sterling. A large key reversal up yesterday, with the market pushing up over the middle time currently at 88.44 of the April to August bullish Andrews pitchfork, as well as the 50% Fibonacci line of the March 20 to March 22 move at 88.51. However, the market only managed to close over the middle time in the end. Interestingly, the low yesterday was effectively held up by the previously highlighted 3 interesting levels of the April 2021 high at 87.19, the Fibonacci level at 86.98, and the April 2020 low at 86.69. The last one of these still seems to be the most effective. Looking topside, we have nothing much beyond the 50% Fibonacci line until a congestion zone between 89.18 and 89.25. Overall, we are still within the same previously mentioned bullish April to August Andrews pitchfork. Closer now actually to the middle time, and that is the central driver of this market right now. So far today, an immediate reactionary move lower, back down again, and looking like a bearish harami, and now possibly a bearish engulfing pattern. If we close tonight, that obviously will happen if we close tonight below 87.75. It is still too early to call this a possible immediate countering key reversal down, but a lot of the heavy lifting has already been done on this one. US dollar against the Indian rupee. A second bearish black crow yesterday and a follow-on low to the previous session's immediate countering bearish harami and bearish opening black Maribosa. The market continues to be cognizant of its position within the recent rudimentary bull channel, come ascending wedge pattern. That's currently 82.09 to 83.27. However, I still have for the moment limited confidence in this pattern. It's just a little too steep for my liking right now, but it is what it is. Looking below, we have some congestion in the 81.45 to 81.50 area, but it is of recent manufacture, formed over the last 2 weeks. Though it did have, or does have, the old broken upper time, currently 81.68 of the early June to early August bullish shift pitchfork, merging out from it. Here again, I'm not too keen on this pitchfork support right now. Obviously, because it has been, well, not pitchfork support, the general support at the moment of this lower time and that area, definitely upper pitchfork line. I'm not too keen on it myself at the moment. Obviously because it's been broken in the past and will at best be a shadow of itself, though I take the point it may be better working in conjunction with the congestion. The only issue is that it is moving away higher at the rate of 2 pacer a day. Now, so far today, not much. A small indecisive spinning top right now based around yesterday's close. Just keep an eye on that lower channel line at 82.09 today. US dollar against the Brazilian real. A very large bullish engulfing pattern yesterday, which wasn't that hard to do, given that the previous session was an indecisive spinning top. Personally, I think the size of the move was unnecessarily large relative to what was actually achieved. Just a little excessive, methinks. However, the market did punch and close over 2 key 50% Fibonacci lines. The March 21 to April 22 move at 522.76 and the May 21 to April 22 move at 527.37. Prices end up closing in a fairly free area overhead between the 50% Fibonacci line at 527.37 and the 61.8% Fibonacci line of the March 21 to April 22 move at 538.13. It's actually quite a distance above us. Overall, the market is still within the late May, late August bullish shift pitchfork, in between the lower time, currently at 515.88, and the middle time, currently 548.16. This is the current driver here right now. US dollar against the Mexican peso. A reactionary key reversal up yesterday after the previous 2 bearish black crows. The market initially tested lower, down towards the middle time, currently at 1986.68, the March to July bearish shift pitchfork. However, as in the previous session's action, and those of the first 3 days of last week, the market did not like pushing lower and consequently reacted back upwards, but only just over the short medium moving average above, currently at 20.0815, and under the medium moving average, currently at 20.1334. Even then, prices failed to close over the short medium moving average as well, if only just. This action nevertheless puts us back up over the upper time, currently at 20.0033 of the broken March to July bearish Andrews pitchfork. This bearish Andrews pitchfork is mainly redundant, being overtaken by the bearish shift pitchfork for the same move, especially the middle time below. The question is this broken time significant? Well, perhaps yes. You see, the reason I've taken pains to highlight these 2 tines is that in about 2.5 weeks' time, they will cross over. And for those of you who know me, well, that is when I say, look out for one or more of the following: a change in trend, a reinforcement of an existing trend, and or volatility. These usually lag the crossover by a session or 2, but it's worth watching out for what happens on or around the 28th of October. In the bigger picture, the market has been base building since mid-August, roughly between 1990 and about 2020, with occasional forays outside. This is still the picture. The current short-term incentive still being lower, but overall no significant feature developing in either direction. So far today, a slight move higher at the open, above yesterday's range, but right now we are back below, well, just below the short medium moving average and yesterday's close. Thank you for listening. This short version broadcast gives you essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted with this broadcast. Copyright Tofpik and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final bit.